Good evening, everyone, and welcome to council meeting. We're in Zoom again tonight, but hopefully this is the last one ever. Hopefully. Hey. Yay. Hey. Okay, let's get right along. We don't have a very long agenda this evening, so let's get to it. Can I get someone to move the approval of the agenda, please? Councillor Granter and Deputy Mayor, all those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next, approval of the minutes. So this is the last, not council committee of the whole, I guess it's the last public meeting minutes. We would like to move the... So moved. Councillor Carey, seconder?
Seconded.
Thank you. And all those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Next, I'm going to mute everyone here. And again, you raise your hand or unmute yourself. I'm going to mute you all and
he muted himself. Mayor, you muted yourself.
Sorry, I muted everyone but me, I think. And me too. Thank you. Go ahead, Councillor Chason.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Ratification of minutes from previous council in committee and committee of the whole meeting. In accordance with section 41(3) of the City of Corner Brook Act, where a decision is made by the councillors at a privileged meeting, the decision, in order to be valid, shall be ratified at a public meeting of the council. So the meeting was January the 11th, 2021. It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 21-001, approval of agenda. I so move.
Okay, someone seconder, raise your hand, please. Councillor Granter got it there, I think, first. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried.
It is resolved to ratify minutes CC 21-03, labor negotiation update. I so move.
Okay, seconder. Okay, Councillor Carey. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. And next, do we have any business arising from our minutes? I don't think we do. This is okay. Moving right along. We have a proclamation here. It is Purple Day for Epilepsy, and March 26th. So Purple Day is a global effort dedicated to promoting epilepsy awareness in countries around the world. Purple Day was founded by 9-year-old Cassidy Megan of Nova Scotia, who wanted a lot of people to know that if you have epilepsy, you're not alone. So therefore, Purple Day will be celebrated on the 26th of March here in the city of Corner Brook. That's it. Thank you very much. Next, Councillor Buckle, we have a update on some operations issues with the city of Corner Brook.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, with the COVID-19 alert level operations update, City Hall is reopened to the public from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday to Friday. Members of the public must make an appointment prior to visiting City Hall to meet with staff members for specific issues. The Public Works Department, the Fire Hall, and the Water Treatment Plant staff has returned. However, these buildings remain closed to the public. Transit has increased capacity to 9 people. In addition, the Civic Center walking track has reopened. Due to the continued cancellation of other activities, the hours of operation are temporarily extended as follows. Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the schedule is subject to change based on event activities. Also, the following provisions for the walking track are in place. There will be a limit of 20 people maximum. Non-medical face masks covering the nose and mouth will be required at all times inside the building for users age 5 and above. Users must follow the direction signs and check in for the purpose of contact tracing. Parents with a child in a stroller will count as 2 people. Running is prohibited at this time. User displaying COVID-19 symptoms will be denied access. And also the ice surfaces and the annex remain closed to the public at this time. Civic Center staff will continue to follow the advice of the public health and chief medical officer of health regarding all future decisions and work closely with user groups. For more information and updates regarding COVID-19 restrictions, please visit the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador COVID-19 page, www.government.nl.ca/COVID-19.
Great, thank you very much. And I think Mr. Park mentioned as well, this coming Saturday, Dale, that the walking track will be interrupted by an event. I think it's a craft fair. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So this coming Saturday, the walking track will not be available to the public.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that, Councillor Buckle. Oh, yes, go ahead, Deputy.
I'm just wondering why, what the reasoning for the Public Works depot, the fire hall and water treatment plant to remain closed to the public.
And maybe Mr. Park or I don't know, could speak to that.
Again, it's just for the out of abundance of caution for safety for our staff and our employees. If there doesn't need to be any interactions or contact, then we would prefer that. Obviously, staff are available by phone, by email, and if necessary, even by appointment. So we're still available. We're still working. It's just limiting the public to actually coming into the building.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other questions there? Yes, go ahead, Councillor Carey. Oh, unmute yourself there. There we go.
Mr. Park just referenced that there's going to be a craft fair at the Civic Center on Saturday. Can you enlighten, I guess, how we do that with respect to following all the protocols, just for the general public?
Yeah. And Mr. Park, could you just tell us how that protocol works?
Yeah, and I guess this is something that before any event takes place at the Civic Center, it is checked with Public Health and Service NL, and this has been approved by Public Health and Service NL. There are enhanced protocols in place regarding the number of people, access to entrances and exits, contact tracing. All those factors are in place. But this is something that has been approved by Public Health and Service NL.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions on that?
Yeah, one question.
Go ahead.
Mr. Park, just wondering, the ice services have been removed from the Civic Center, and do we have a cost breakdown of how much savings? Because I suspect that the ice services may go back on sometime, depending on where we are with COVID, either later the spring or the summer. Do we know a breakdown on the cost savings to the city when we remove the ice services, electrical from the plant and those kinds of things?
Mr. Park?
Yeah, I guess there are a number of variables that come into play. Obviously, when we don't have the ice down, there is less electrical consumption being required due to having the ice plant on. So there's definitely a savings there. We also have a savings in staffing and overtime, and that we do reduce the amount of staffing that we have on. This time of the year, although we're, days like today certainly help, when we don't have the ice plant running, the ice plant normally, you capture the excess heat on the ice plant to actually provide heating to the building. So when the ice plant is shut off, as it has been for the last month, we actually have to burn oil to provide heating to the building. So there is an incremental cost there for that. When we have days with 10, 11 degrees, that certainly helps, and we wouldn't be burning much oil at that point. But when it gets down below zero on those days, there certainly would be some fairly significant heating costs there. So, there are some savings, but there are also some extra costs there. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's my question. Do we actually save money? We took the ice off. So at the end of the day, if we have the ice off for 2 months and then hockey or hockey camps or something start over and then late in the spring or in the summer, we had to take the ice off. So there's a labor charge for that, labor cost for that. Then we have to go back after we have to put the ice back on. So there's a labor cost for that. And then you save on energy, but yet there are times when we might have to burn more oil, et cetera, to keep the center warm. So I'm just wondering at the end of the day, are we better off keeping the ice on, not keeping the ice on? You may not have the answer to that question right now, but it's just you'd like to know what the difference would be over a period of, say, 2 months. But then we don't need to know the answer to that now, but because you may not have it. But
Yeah, I think there's a lot of variables at play there, but I think overall we would expect from, at this point that there is savings. Obviously, that's not our preferred option. We prefer to have the ice on and it being rented.
absolutely.
And that's the best case scenario. So, and we'll wait till Friday when we get the latest update from public health in regards to what the status level might be. And we'll look at then when we will be putting one sheet of ice on. That's our expectation, is that when it's permitted, that we will go back to one sheet of ice for for the short term anyway, until our normal period, sometimes in May, when we would normally take the ice off then for a month or two, and then put it back on again in the summer, again based on demand and based on the public health requirements.
Thanks, Dale.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving along here, Deputy Mayor, we have a notice, I guess, of a public consultation opportunity for the crematorium development.
Good. Okay. Yes, Mr. Mayor. Public notice, 167 Country Road Crematorium. This is a media advisory. The City of Corner Brook has received an application requesting permission to construct a crematorium at the rear of the existing building, Country Haven Funeral Home, located at 167 Country Road, Corner Brook, Newfoundland, Labrador. The lot is located in a community service zone where the proposed use crematorium is considered a discretionary use of the City of Corner Brook's development regulation. Should you wish to provide comment about the proposed development, please contact the Development and Planning Office at 637-1552 or 637-1554, or comments can be emailed to planning@cornerbrook.com or forward to City of Corner Brook, P.O. Box 1080, Corner Brook, Newfoundland, Labrador, A2H 6E1. We have a fax, 637-1514, prior to 4:30 p.m., April 12th, 2021. And that's from City Clerk, Ms. Redmond.
Thank you very much. We want to make sure everyone's aware of that and has ample opportunity to respond. Moving right along, Councillor Staben, we have a standing offer for security services.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I guess some background on this for everybody. Quotations were recently invited by the City of Corner Brook for the supply of security services for the period of May the 1st, 2021 to April the 30th, 2024 on a standing offer basis. The city requested hourly rates for the supply of uniformed guards for security services, the supply of security personnel for ticket taking, ushering, and services for all special events. The tender closed on March the 11th of 2021 at 12 noon, and there were 4 bids received. The bids are represented on the table below. Alpha 1, safety and security, $16.75 for uniform security, as well as for personnel for ticket taking and ushering. Neptune Security Services, $19 for both functions. X-Force Security Inc., $19.97 for both functions. And Garda World, $21.48 for both functions. So therefore, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved that the City of Corner Brook approve the bids for the standing offer for security services for the period of May 1st, 2021 to April the 30th, 2024, as presented above. And so moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that? Okay, we got the deputy there. Questions on this item, please, you raise your hand. Okay, Deputy Mayor, go ahead.
No, just a comment. When I'm looking at the background, we're going to be using security for ticket taking and ushering. Is that new?
Mr. Park?
No, that's not new, but it typically only takes place for large events. So if there's a concert, or for example, for the Royals games as well, they had additional security staff that would be there performing that function. So that would be, for special events only, that we would require that service.
And I would assume, that,
Oh, go ahead, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry.
sorry, I would assume that we asked for two different prices for those services. Is that correct, Mr. Park?
Yeah, we did ask to see if there was different prices. All four provided the same price for that service. So there was no difference in the price provided for that.
Right.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Councillor Granter?
Yeah, it's a standing offer, so it's not a contract. So if services are needed and Alpha One Safety and Security can't provide that service, does that mean you go to one of the other three?
That's correct.
And that's correct. So do you automatically select the lower standing offer bid first and then you move down the line? Is that how it works?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, this is just a pecking order for services. And really, the first call is always to the lowest tender.
Yeah. Okay, and Councillor Chason?
And I guess it's just on a need basis, right? So if we don't need it, we don't use it.
That's
It's not a
correct.
contract. Okay,
That's correct.
thank
So
you.
this would predominantly be at the Civic Center, but it's also for anywhere else in the city. So for example, last summer we had some security down in Margaret Water Park. So this would cover that as well.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? Okay, let's take to a vote. All those in favor say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Counterminded? Okay, passed unanimously. Next, Councillor Granter, if you could walk us through installment payments for Cisco Systems Capital Canada software and hardware.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. A little bit of background. The city recently sought quotes for Cisco software and hardware. The lowest quote was received from Ignite Security for $99,707.20 plus HST. As part of this acquisition, it is proposed to enter into a 3-year installment payment agreement with Cisco. This first month's payment will be $2,809.80 plus HST, of $14,856.08, $17,665.88, and remaining 59 payments monthly will be $2,809.80. It is staff recommendation to accept the installment payment agreement as presented. It is resolved to approve the execution of the installment payment agreement number 772194 with Cisco Systems Capital Canada CO in the amount of $99,707.20 plus HST as attached. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that? Okay, Councillor Carey, thank you. Questions on this item? Yes, Councillor Carey, go ahead. Oh, unmute yourself though.
Mr. Mayor, the awarding here tonight is a result of a tender that was issued or a request for proposal. Is that correct?
Mr. Park?
Yeah, so there were quotes that were sought from a number of providers for this because it is under the threshold. It doesn't require an issue of a tender. So what we're actually asking for the approval, though, is the installment payment agreement.
Okay. And this is previously budgeted amounts, I guess, like overall, so.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yes, Councillor Chason.
The agreement's for 3 years?
Yeah, the lease agreement or the payment agreement is over 3 years. However, these assets are expected to last 5, 7, 8 years, depending on which one we're talking about. So it's a quicker payback than what we would expect for even the asset to last.
At the same price, so the price will not change. This is set in stone for 3 years, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You? Yes, Councillor Granter?
Yeah, Mr. Park, did I read somewhere in our documentation or did I read it on the Cisco site? Is this a 0% interest, or what's the interest rate we're paying on this out of this installment plan?
This is a 1% interest.
1% interest. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And do I see someone else there? Have your hand up? Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, just for the benefit of our viewers at home, maybe we can go into what exactly this is.
Mr. Park, put on your IT hat now.
I can read what it is. Don't ask me to explain what it all does. So there's a Cisco ASA firewall hardware appliance. And this is going to replace existing end-of-life Cisco firewalls. They protect the entire network from the outside. We have a Cisco switch hardware appliance. Again, is replacing an end-of-life current switch.
Okay.
And these that they're for all our servers and switches and network devices that connects and ties everything together within the network. We have a Cisco ESA for email security, so that protects any email that's for the organization. There's a Cisco Umbrella Open DNS. So this is for a cloud service, and it's a leader in its class, and it protects us while browsing on the internet. It also allows us to block unnecessary websites, and a Cisco AMP endpoint protection. And again, this is a cloud service, and it's a workstation antivirus program that runs on all the computers within the network.
So for the guy that's really not a computer geek, is just, it kind of protects what we have from hacking?
Yeah, this is basically our IT security system. We just did an RFP for physical security. This is our IT security system.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions there? Okay, we are, again, I'm confident that we're in good hands with our IT staff. They do a great job. And as someone who comes from an IT background, I have to say I'm continually impressed by the quality of the work they do around here. So, yeah, so I guess that comes to it. Any other questions before we vote? Nope. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Thank you very much. Next, Councillor Chason, we have a discretionary use at 50 Hillcrest Road.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The City of Corner Brook has received an application requesting permission to operate a home-based business office from the dwelling located at 50 Hillcrest Road, which is located in a residential medium-density zone. The background on this, the notice was delivered to the residents in the immediate area of 50 Hillcrest Road, indicating the proposed home-based business office. As a result of this notice, no submissions were received. Parking has been reviewed and sufficient parking is present. After review of the application, result of the notice to the residents, the Development and Planning Department is recommending that approval be granted for the requested home-based business office. Be it resolved that the Council of City of Corner Brook approve the application to operate a home-based business from the dwelling located at 50 Hillcrest Road in accordance with Regulation 11, discretionary power of authority. I so move.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that? Okay, Councillor Granter, thank you. Questions on this one? Seems like a pretty straightforward one with no client visiting or anything like that, as far as I can see. Any questions? Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, we'll take it to a vote. All of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Approved. Okay. Thank you. Next, Councillor Carey, 5 Reeds Road, home-based business.
The City of Corner Brook has received an application requesting permission to operate a home-based business from a dwelling located at 5 Reeds Road, which is located in the residential medium-density zone. I guess a notice was delivered to all the residents in the immediate area of 5 Reeds Road, indicating the proposed home-based business. As a result of this notice, no submissions were received. Parking has been reviewed and has found to be sufficient for the request. After review of the application and the result of the notice to the residents, the Development Planning is recommending approval be granted. for the requested home-based business. Therefore, be it resolved that the council of the city of Corner Brook approve the application to operate a home-based business from a dwelling located at 5 Reeds Road in accordance with Regulation 11, discretionary powers of authority. I so move. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to second that? Okay, Councillor Chason. Questions on this item? Again, seems like a fairly routine home use. If there are no questions, then I will call for the vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Excellent. Now, Councillor Staben, we have some question of rent relief for some of our Civic Center tenants. Would you please introduce that? Oh, you need to unmute yourself, though, Vern.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. The issue at hand, Mayor, as you already indicated, portions of the Corner Brook Civic Center have been closed to the public since February the 12th of 2021 due to the direct orders from Public Health, and the tenants of the building have not or were not able to occupy all their respective spaces. So in 2020, the city provided rent relief to the tenants affected by the COVID closures then. So the background, Mr. Mayor, is already, as I will already read out now. On February 12th, the provincial chief medical officer issued new orders as to the result of the latest COVID outbreak and moved everything to level 5 as a province. As a result of these measures, the tenants in the Corner Brook Civic Center were required to close and were unable to continue their operations. In 2020, during a similar situation, the city provided rent relief to the tenants for the period of time they were unable to open or to operate. The monthly rent for all of the tenants at the Civic Center is $9,856. So that's what we would receive monthly as a landlord. The monthly rent for the Corner Brook Curling Club is $1,836. The total amount of rental relief will be variable depending on when the respective tenant is once again able to open. So the recommendations are, it is a staff recommendation, Mr. Mayor, to provide rent relief to the tenants of the Corner Brook Civic Center starting mid-February until restrictions from Public Health are removed and the tenants are able to be open to the public. So, Mr. Mayor, there's two forms of motions there. The first one, it is resolved to approve rent relief to the tenants of the Corner Brook Civic Center from mid-February until the tenants of the Civic Center are able to open to the public. So moved.
Okay. Someone like to second that? Councillor Buckle? Questions on this item? Go ahead, Councillor Carey.
Mayor, what tenants will be impacted by today's decision? I know it says all, but specifically what tenants will be impacted?
Mr. Mayor, there's an attachment in our package, which with all the Corner Brook Civic Center leases there.
Sorry about that.
And the amounts.
Okay. Does that suffice there?
It does, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and Councillor Granter? Oh, you need to unmute yourself there.
When I read the recommendation that Councillor Staben just read, the last sentence says, it is resolved, so on and so forth, until the tenants of the Civic Center were /are able to open to the public. So under level 2, all of the businesses that are at the Civic Center that are in season would be able to open to the public. Would that be correct?
Mr. Park?
That was the case, I guess, last year when we went to level 2. I guess we're still waiting for direction, I guess, from the CMO in regards to what the status would be for level 2 this time around. There's some indication that sports may be treated differently this time than it was in the past.
Okay, so if they are able to open, once we reach level 2, then we move into the second part of that resolution, the recommendation, are able to open. So if it falls under their purview, if they want to open or not, but yet they're allowed to open under level 2, we would not continue to offer rent relief. Would that be the case?
That's correct. Of the tenants that are there, some of them are already open. So for example, Forever Young was able to open at level 3. Natural Therapies was able to open actually at level 4. So
Right.
the different tenants have different times when they were able to open. So this is intended to be able to capture basically whenever the CMO or public health allows that tenant to be open, that's when we would again charge rent.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions here? Okay, so on the first motion, all those in favor of rent relief, say aye.
Aye.
Counter-minded? Okay, passed unanimously. And the second part, Councillor Saban?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Be it further resolved to approve 2 months of rent relief to the Corner Brook Curling Club from mid-February until April the 15th of 2021. So moved.
Thank you. Would someone like to second that?
Second.
Yeah, okay. And I guess on that one, are there any questions of Councillor Chason? Go ahead. You'll have to unmute there, though.
Why would this one be different than the other ones and we give them 2 months?
Yeah, Mr. Park?
Yeah, the curling club, I guess when we went to earlier alerts, they immediately shut down and they took their ice off, and their lease normally expires on April 15th. So April 15th until September, they normally aren't charged any rent anyway.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay. Any other questions on that one? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counter-minded? Carried.
Thank you, Mayor.
Excellent. Now, last but not least, we have an item here for the agreement with Digital Advertising Solutions, I believe. I previously declared a conflict of interest in this as I received a donation from the one of the owners. So I will ask the deputy mayor, if he could, to chair this portion of the meeting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have on mine who's up for this one, so
Councillor Buckle is.
Councillor Buckle, can you fill us in on this matter, please?
Yes, Deputy Mayor, 75427 Newfoundland and Labrador Incorporated, doing business as Digital Advertising Solution, has requested an amendment to their June 26, 2019 agreement regarding the digital sign at the intersection of O'Connell Drive and University Drive. City and Digital Advertising Solutions signed an agreement in June 2019 in regards to the sales and digital management services for the digital signs and screens at the Corner Brook Civic Center. The current agreement, amongst other things, require a monthly payment equal to the hire of 50% of the revenues generated, or $700 per month from the Digital Advertising Solutions to the city. While in normal times, this is not expected to be a challenge, but due to the challenges as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, the revenues have been far more variable. It's been requested by Digital Advertising Solutions to change paragraph 4, effective January 1st, 2021, of the current agreement to state Digital Advertising Solutions shall pay to the city on a quarterly basis, pay 100% of the first $700 per month of all gross revenues generated from the advertising sale on 3 indoor and 1 outdoor digital billboard existing and owned by the city at Corner Brook Civic Center, plus 50% of all gross revenue generated from advertising sales on 3 indoor and 1 outdoor digital billboard existing and owned by the city at the Corner Brook Civic Center, over $700 per month. B, 100% of the first $700 per month of all the gross revenue generated on any additional digital billboards installed at the Corner Brook Civic Center during the term of this agreement, plus 50% of all gross revenue generated on any additional digital billboards installed at the Cornbrook Civic Center over $700 per month during the term of this agreement. There shall not be a minimum monthly payment from digital advertising solutions to the city for this agreement. Away my papers. 1 minute. Resolved to approve an amendment to the Board 26/2021 agreement with 75427 Newfoundland and Labrador Incorporated as proposed. Okay, digital advertising shall pay to the city on a quarterly basis 100% of the first $700 per month of the gross revenue generated from the advertising sale on 3 indoor and 1 outdoor digital billboard existing and owned by the city of Cornerbrook at Cornbrook Civic Center, plus 50% of all gross revenue generated from advertising sales on 3 indoor and 1 outdoor digital billboard existing and owned by the city at Cornerbrook Civic Center over $700 per month. B, 100% of the first $700 per month of the all gross revenue generated on any additional digital billboards installed at the Cornbrook Civic Center during the term of this agreement, plus 50% of all gross revenue generated on any additional digital billboards installed at the Cornbrook Civic Center over $700 per month during the term of this agreement. So there shall not be a minimum monthly payment from digital advertising solutions to the city for this agreement. So I shall move.
Thank you, Councillor Buckle. Do we have a seconder? Mayor Jim, you're going to have, because I don't see everybody's screen. Okay, do we have a seconder? Okay, Councillor Carey, your mic is off, but I think I got it. Okay, any questions or comments?
Yeah, I Deputy, you're chairing now, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. The sign at the Civic Center, going back now a couple of years, we're supposed to generate anywhere from, I think in the budget was $25,000 for revenue. It would be nice if we could flesh this out a little bit as to how much business is generated, how much business is lost, what's the track record of advertising on that sign or on all signs, so that we can be more informed as to making a better decision. While I recognize that COVID is an issue, but it'd be certainly nice to just to get the financial goalposts and parameters of what we're talking about in this situation here. So I guess I'm looking for a little bit more financial information.
Thank you, Councillor. I think Councillor Carey, you had your hand up. Yeah, you're muted, Josh. Unmute yourself. No, can't hear you. Try again, please. No. You're still showing. Okay, try now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
A couple of questions I have is will that be for the duration of the balance of this contract? Or is that just during the period of COVID?
Mr. Park?
For example, just as an example to guide Mr. Park, we just approved February, March up to April for some of our tenants. So is that going to be the same type of approval, or is it the balance of the rest of the contract?
As proposed, this would be for the balance of the contract. However, it is anticipated that really the only times will be impacted is during COVID times. Outside of COVID times, their revenues seem to have been, it's fluctuating. It's very variable because of its relatively short duration that they've had it. And COVID obviously has been in the middle of it. But in the times that weren't impacted by COVID, they seem to be able to generate sufficient revenues.
So I guess if I can, Deputy, I have two other questions. One being, if they could, why would we extend it to the end of the contract? Is the first question I have. The second one being, in relation to, are we allowed to change the terms and conditions of the agreement, given that it was a tendered agreement to begin with? And I'm not sure. That's why I ask it from a legal perspective, because we're actually changing the terms of the agreement. That was a tender from the
Yes.
beginning.
It was actually an RFP in which they were the only submission. So we would be able to make that amendment. And this is something that they had proposed in their RFP. They have subsequently come back with this request based on the COVID factors and conditions that have impacted them. As for, why we would do this just for a short period, or why we would do this for the term of the contract, I guess outside of COVID conditions, we don't anticipate there to be any issues. But rather than have to come back again to council if we have further challenges due to COVID or any other reason, it was intended to leave that as was. If council wishes to do this for a fixed duration, that certainly is council discretion.
Okay, Councillor Granter?
Yeah, just a quick comment. The agreement was signed in July 2019, and all the documentation we got in front of us keeps referencing the duration of the contract. So it was a 3-year contract, I understand. So that would take us until July of 2022, which is a little over a year from now. That would be correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's about 15-month duration left to the contract.
Yes, but this would be retroactive to January 1st of this year. So it would cover about an
Year and a half.
period. Yes,
About a year and a half.
that's correct.
Any other questions or comments from anybody?
Councillor Staben asked I guess, I don't know if it was a question or a thought with regard to getting more information to base a decision on. I think, Councillor Staben, I don't want to speak for you, but I think that's what you said.
Yeah, no, I think if anybody's looking for a relief, and I'm not trying to belittle that, because these are tough times. But all I'm seeing here is somebody's asking for some relief. Well, and I don't need to know their bottom line, but I want to know what the city's expectations are and were, and how much are we giving up, for instance, or if we are losing, or if we grant. I mean, right now all I see is a plan, but I don't see any reason why we need to go ahead with the plan.
Mr. Clark?
Yeah, and I can certainly provide council with further information at a later date. I do have it. I just don't have it in front of me here now, so I wouldn't be able to speak to it now.
So will it be
Table the
appropriate?
decision until we have all of the information? Because I'd rather have all of the information in front of me to make a decision rather than make it and then be supplied with the information afterwards. So I'd like to recommend we table it till the next meeting, I guess, when we have all of the information in front of us.
I'm going to need Marina here. We have a motion that's seconded on our, that's been brought forward. Marina, do we have vote on that now? Or?
Yeah, we can postpone to the next meeting. That would be in order. Yeah.
Okay. So we just postpone it, is just by,
We'll
do
bring
you need
this
a postpone, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, we'll bring the item forward with additional information. It'll be on the agenda for the next public meeting or committee of the whole meeting.
Okay, so that's as far as discussion we need for right now.
Just one question back to Councillor Stable and Councillor Granter's comment, Deputy. So we will get a full breakdown of revenue plus the potential of lost revenue for the balance of the contract, which is the year and a half for the next meeting.
Mr. Spark?
Yeah, I can provide you historical. I can't predict what the future is going to be. So
No, I realize that, but the potential lost revenue. That's why I use the word potential.
Okay.
No, but I don't see this, Deputy, I don't see this any different than, for instance, that Forever Young or whatever it is. We know exactly what we lost there. So, and we should have an idea here, just exactly what it's costing the taxpayers, in theory. Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, Councillor Buckle, did you want to get in on this?
Oh, thanks.
Okay, no, you just came up there. I guess that's it. Back to you, Mr. Mayor. You're muted.
Actually, can I
You're
just
muted,
get,
Mr. Mayor.
can I just get a vote to postpone that? Just a confirmation of if everybody's in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
There you go. Now I'm back. Now I'm back on the record. See, that's why I was muted. I knew I didn't have the chair yet.
Oh,
Okay, so thank you all. Thank you all very much. That's the agenda. Hopefully, next meeting we will be in chambers, back in our normal seats. So thank you all very much. Enjoy the bright sunny evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
stay
Enjoy the
safe.
spring.
Never been introduced like that before.
So good to be here tonight. Really good to be here. I'm happy to say there's 4 in our trio tonight. The lady once asked me, she said, honestly, she said, how many are in your trio? That's what she honestly asked me. And I said, there's 4 in our trio.
How many corner brookers do we have here so far? Let's hear you. I tell you, I don't know how you feel, but I'm some darn proud here tonight.